Hey, Matt and Bradley back with you. And this video, we're going to talk about picking a niche. You can see the outline here on our screen. And Matt, how does somebody, I think when I got started online, the biggest challenge, like I took all these guru courses and I think with our experiences and the experience of a lot of our students in the past, picking a niche was probably one of the most challenging things that people faced. So what is your best recommendation for somebody to, get started in picking a niche?
Well, the best recommendation we've kind of covered it in a previous video, but the best recommendation is to find what you're passionate about, something that you can see yourself doing for a long time. I mean, when I was talking about my story in a previous video, I talked about the shutter niche.
Okay.
It wasn't something I was passionate about, but it was something that I thought maybe I could make some money in. But because the passion wasn't there, it died off. It never made money. I couldn't keep up with content. It didn't work out. So the best piece of advice is go with your passion. Go with something that excites you. Maybe it's something you're an expert in. Like you can see in the outline here, we've got what are you an expert in? Well, I was an expert in shutters, but the passion wasn't there. I think you need a mix.
Okay.
It's something that you want to be good at, something maybe you're an expert in, but you also have a passion for. But then the flip side is, we talked about this as well. When I started my health blog, several years ago, I started it because I wasn't a health expert. I wanted to use this blog as a platform to learn, to go out and do a bunch of research for blog posts, and as I was doing this research, I would learn about the topic more. So you don't always have to be an expert. It just has to be a passion. So something you're passionate about, something you get excited about, and either something you have a drive to really learn, or something that you're an expert in. One of those two things. But I think those elements need to be there, and I think the passion is the big point. The passion, the idea of knowing you can do this for a long period of time.
Okay. Do you think that you can make a profitable business in any niche? Like, what's your thoughts on that? If somebody doesn't really know if there's money in their niche.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, and I think any niche can be profitable if you work hard enough at it. I do think some niches are going to be harder to bring to profit than other niches, but I do think any niche can be profitable. I don't remember the exact list, but there's definitely certain niches that are easier to make money in and to be profitable quickly. Obviously, you've got the make money online niche, which is, a ton of people in there, which it's crazy because most of these people have never made money themselves. So they're trying to teach people how to make money without ever making money themselves. But that's a whole nother tangent. But
Yeah.
you've got, fitness niches, finance niche, any sort of sports niche. Golf is a big niche, stuff like that. There's some bigger niches that you'll be able to be profitable and faster. But I do believe any niche can be made profitable with the right amount of work and effort put into it.
I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk. In fact, I know it was Gary Vaynerchuk. I might butcher his quote that said this, but he says, I think it was at the time his book Crush It came out. He said, you can literally we're in a information age where you can literally build a six-figure business, 5 6 figure business in any niche. If you wanted to
Hmm.
build a niche around Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, as he said, that you can do that. There's ways to do that. And some of this we're going to talk about in this video here. But one thing you said, Matt, is what are you an expert in? What are you good at? Also, what are you excited about learning yourself? Like, if you're going to go check out a book at a library, what kind of books do you want to read? What's on your reading list? And also, what products do you love? Because what's interesting is you don't need to have a product, do you? I mean, you can go out there and just have a passion for it, but like other industries out there, network marketing, where you're just essentially affiliate marketing, it's all kind of like the same thing. You're just selling other people's products, and you're kind of like the distributor of it. So,
Hmm.
you want to talk about products that you love, like, and how that relates into finding a profitable niche.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a product that you just love and you are a evangelist for and you sing the praises of this product constantly, there's no reason you can't be an affiliate of it. Most products out there have some sort of affiliate program, be it a physical product or some sort of digital information product. For example, if you want to get into the health niche and teach, talk about exercising and stuff, there's information products in the health niche that you can sell or help sell as an affiliate. And there's also physical products that you can sell. And worst case scenario, if it is a physical product that you really love, chances are it's for sale on Amazon, and that's another place that you can find affiliate products to sell if you want. So if there's a product you love, chances are there's ways to make money by selling that product. Not every product out there has an affiliate program, but most do, and the ones that don't, oftentimes you can even contact the owner and see if you can work out some sort of deal with them. I know maybe you've done some stuff like that in the past, but that's always a possibility as well.
Yeah, so it seems like, no matter what the size, the bigger businesses and the more established, well-versed businesses online are going to understand the idea of affiliate programs. But even if they're an offline business or, like your mom and pop shop, they'll understand the concept of having salespeople. And salespeople, most organizations are going to build in a commission into their product, the price of their product, to pay a commission to their salespeople. And essentially that's what you are online, is you're just a salesperson of that product, a distributor of that product. And so that's why Amazon, they have an affiliate commission built in, so no matter what, if you buy a product on Amazon, you're going to pay, X amount of dollars. So let's say it's a $20 product. But no matter what, Amazon is paying a certain percentage of that to affiliates, whether it's, referred, by somebody or not. So why not get paid on, these products? If you're like being a celebrity, you're like endorsing, these products. So, all right. So next, in the notes it says, I think we get excited about products, Matt. Like I think we get hyped up and about stuff, but then, like this new thing that's amazing weight loss drug, and then once the hype dies down, it's like back to reality. So what's your thought on kind of like having the mindset for the long run, right? Like you don't want to just have something that you're going to get burnt out by. You have any experience with that? What's your best advice?
Yeah, I mean, you need to pick a niche that you can see yourself doing long term. I mean, you don't always know that you don't always know if you're going to be able to do it long term or not. There is a little bit of assumptions there, but for the most part, if it's something you've been doing for a long time already and you've been passionate for a long time already, then that's probably a good niche to get into. I mean, for example, if you've been surfing your whole life, you've been surfing for 10 years now, chances are 6 months from now, all of a sudden you're going to stop liking surfing. I mean, that's not going to happen, right? So one thing is to think of a niche that you've been doing for a long time, you've been involved with for a long time, and chances are you're going to be able to stick with that. If you're basing it around a product, proven longer term products are probably better than something that's just popped up yesterday. But yeah, I mean that's kind of one of those tough things. Is can you see yourself doing it long term? You just got to kind of step back and take a look at it and really analyze whether you think that's something you can do for a while, and just get moving with it.
Matt, I want to just add one more comment, and then I'd like to, dive into this stuff and actually show people on some ways to, do some little research on, their industry. But, a family member of mine, we were talking on the phone, and actually she was a part of this course. And we were talking about, her background. She wanted to do blogging and whatnot. And we were talking about her background and what she had experienced. And she's like, I have nothing to talk about. Like, I don't, like, there's nothing in the world I have to talk about. And I started asking her questions like, what do you do? What have you done on the daily basis for the past 20 years in work? And she was in advertising. She sold advertising for magazines. And there was a little bit of a disconnect, but once we kind of put the pieces together, she's doing this. She could do the same thing online. It's the same skill set that she's using now to sell to the magazines as she could be selling for blogs or selling ad space on major websites or something like that. So the same skill set, when we were talking, you're an expert in advertising. So why couldn't you give advertising tips to who do you want to attract? So I asked her, who do you want to attract? You want to attract the people that are spending the money. So speak to those people when you're writing your content for your blog. So if you have an expertise, something that you've done for a long time, and it's your business, it's how you make money, or it's your job, that could be an easy transition in trying to figure out a way to use your expertise to maybe start your own business, or your own consultancy or something like that. So Matt, what's next? All right, how do we go from idea, taking this concept of a niche, what's some ways to start putting it into action?
Well, first, let's step back. I know we've talked about finding things you're passionate about, finding things that you can see yourself learning, finding things that you're good at, you're an expert in, that sort of thing. But even still, you get people that struggle to pick a niche. Maybe there's some sort of mental barrier there that they just can't figure out what they're good at, what they're passionate about, what excites them. So I wanted to share some resources that we've found that maybe help get the wheels turning a little bit, maybe help give you some ideas for niches that you could jump into. So one thing I want to show you real quick is this dummies.com. Everybody's heard of the books for dummies. There's WordPress for dummies, surfing for dummies, whatever. There's a for dummies book for everything. And I actually found this to be a really good resource for coming up with ideas for niches. So maybe crafts and hobbies. This is a big niche. There's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of people that are really passionate about, knitting, crochet, quilting, that kind of stuff. It's a big niche. It's a popular niche. And maybe it's something that you're passionate about. Going through dummies, clicking through some of these links here, pets. Pets is a huge niche. Think of it this way. If Dummies is spending the money to produce a book on it, chances are there's money in that niche, and there's people out there that are looking for the information that you would put on your blog. So this is a really, really great resource to just get some inspiration for a blog or for a niche to get into. You just click around here for a while, and maybe you'll realize something that you used to be excited about, but maybe it's kind of went away for a while. You haven't done it for a while. Photography was like that for me. I did photography real big in high school, kind of fell away from it for a while, and now I'm real big into photography again. It's a hobby that I kind of rekindled my passion for. So Dummies is a great place to just click around and get some inspiration for niches that you can jump into. Now, another one is ClickBank. ClickBank is an online marketplace where you can sell digital products. This is where people sell ebooks and video courses and membership sites, and pretty much any sort of product that can be delivered online you can sell through ClickBank. Well, they have a marketplace here where you can see all the products that are for sale on ClickBank. So this is another great way to get inspiration. And as a bonus, as you're getting inspiration, there's products to sell in that niche because they're here on ClickBank. So for example, let's go home and garden. Maybe you're interested in the home and garden niche. Well, here's Ted's Woodworking, which is a really big ClickBank product all about woodworking. So maybe you're into the woodworking niche. Well, there's a product you can sell because it's on ClickBank right here for sale. Shed plans, dog food secrets, aquaponics. There's products on ClickBank for almost any niche you can think of, and if you can see that these products are actually selling. I mean, average dollars per sale. If they weren't selling, they'd say 0. So these products are selling. These niches have money in the niche, and it's a great way to get inspiration. At the same time, find a potential affiliate product to promote.
Now, Matt, these are all information products, right? These are all
information products. These are e-books, video training, membership sites, that sort of thing.
Okay, all digital, online, written or video, audio, text content.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So those are a couple places to just kind of get some inspiration for the niche that you're in. Looking at ClickBank, looking at dummies.com, that'll help you come up with some ideas, get the wheels turning, maybe find some ideas that you are at one time passionate about or that you could see yourself getting passionate about. So the next thing we want to move into was checking the landscape of the market, right? And this was something I was kind of touching on for a second here in ClickBank, and this is basically finding out if there's money in the niche. But like we said earlier, if you're passionate about it, you could probably make money in any niche. So if you don't find products, you don't see stuff for sale, it's not always a bad thing. You see, I put a little note here on my screen that says it's not always a bad thing, because it could just mean there's a gap in the market. So if you can't find other products for sale in that niche, It's either a gap in the market or nobody's spending money in the niche. It's one of those two things. But even if nobody's spending money in the niche, it's part of your job to compel them to spend money in the niche. So we'll get into that later on when we get into the sales process. But checking the landscape of the niche, let's dive into this a little bit deeper. So one thing we like to look at to check the landscape of the niche are people buying ads on Google? And the best way to find out if people are buying ads on Google is just to go to google.com and do a search. So, hey Bradley, throw out a niche.
Dog training.
All right, so if I type in dog training and do a search, see all these up here in this little orange box, and then all these on the right? There's tons of people buying ads for the dog training niche, right? So that's a pretty good indication that there's a lot of people spending money in this niche, because there's a lot of people spending money to buy advertising in this niche. They don't spend money on advertising unless people are buying their stuff. So that's a good indicator that there's some money in the niche, and that it might be one of the easier niches to make some money in quickly.
Can we do a smaller niche? Can we
throw it out?
Now you got me on the spot. Try dog training for pit bulls. That'd be like a micro niche. I'll see if there would be any difference.
Check it out, dude. You got pit bull training pit bulls, pit bull facts, love pit bulls, Michael Vick's dogs.
Okay,
so yeah, even that micro niche, there's still quite a bit of action going on in here.
So type one more. Try pit bulls in Chicago. At the end of that. No, I'm sorry. Dog training for pit bulls in Chicago's.
Okay. Dog training for. I wish I can type right now. In Chicago. Look at that. Already filling it in for me. Boom.
Still
Chicago Canine Academy. Dog obedience training. So, I mean, you can see people are bidding on those keywords because obviously there's money there. So that's one of the first things that we look at here. So are people buying ads on Google? The next thing is their products on ClickBank or Commission Junction. We were just looking at ClickBank. You can see if you're in the home and garden niche or woodworking niche, there's products there. Dog food secrets. Here, let me jump back since we were on the whole pets thing. Is there a pets category over here? Let me see. So maybe the pets category just falls under home and garden for some reason. But anyway, you can also do a search. Let's go dog.
Yeah, it would be home and garden right there.
Yeah, so we got, I just typed in dog training. You got the dog training system, dog training in 15 minutes a day, fast and easy dog training tutor, all sorts of dog training products. Now you can see this one has $22.55 average per sale. This product is selling. This one here, average dollars per sale, not available. This product isn't selling. Nobody's buying this product. So you can see there is people selling products on ClickBank in the dog training niche.
307
now, another
results.
place to look. Go ahead.
Yeah, 307 results.
Yeah, there's a ton of dog training products on here. We know that's a decent niche already. So another place to look is Commission Junction. Now, Commission Junction has both online products and physical products that are for sale. So we can take a look here. So let me go ahead and log into this guy here, and we'll do a little quick search. So you come over here to get links. And if I do a search inside Commission Junction for dog training, let's see what comes up. So we got a couple here. Caesar's Way, that's a product by Cesar Millan. Natural Pet Store. These are kind of more generic. We got Pet Street Mall.
It's probably like an online marketplace, right?
An online marketplace for pet stuff. Dognition. So you've got some other products here on Commission Junction that are in that same niche, and these aren't always digital products. These might be selling physical products as well. So we know the dog training niche has some money in it because there's products on ClickBank, there's products in Commission Junction. People are buying ads on Amazon. This niche is a hot niche. We can already tell you that. Another place to look, products on Amazon. So we can jump over here to Amazon. And if we want to look into dog training, I think we already kind of know what the result is, but we can type dog training. You can see there's 41,218 results on dog training. You know, here's a book by Cesar Millan. Here's 101 dog tricks. You click on this, and you can see that this book has 338 customer reviews. So a lot of people are buying dog training type products. You know, Cesar Millan's book, 327 reviews. 14 Days to a Well-Behaved Dog, 43 reviews. This one here has 947 reviews. Dog Training for Dummies, 61 reviews. So you know people are buying products about dog training.
Yeah, and you know what also you can see here, Matt, is, let's say you're starting a blog on, just dog training in general, and you want to become, and you want to have your own, you want to sell different products that you recommend, but also education. You could see here in Amazon, and you can see here what Matt was showing on, the ClickBank Marketplace on what products are actually hot, and which have, like, there's one there that says, the best, number one bestseller, the dog clicker training system, and Caesar's book, number one bestseller. So you can actually see what products are hot, and offer the products that people actually want and there's a demand for.
Yeah, exactly. Helps you narrow down that niche even further. If you want to kind of go into a sub niche, you can look at the stuff that's selling the best and dive into that sub niche a little bit. One thing I like to do as well, and this is kind of a little tip for getting ideas for stuff that you can talk about. So once you pick a niche, if you're worried about you're going to run out of content for that niche, here's what I like to do. I'll go into one of these books, click on Look Inside, and a lot of times you can see the table of contents. Well, you look through the table of contents, every single chapter is a possible blog topic, a possible blog post topic. So I'll do that with books from time to time. So let's see, Dog Training for Dummies might be a better example. I can flip open this one, click on the table of contents, recognizing why dog training is important, setting the stage for training, surviving the puppy period, house training, understanding your dog's mind, equipping for training success, retrieving, utility dog title, feeding your dog, understanding dog's health, seeking expert outside help, and so on and so on. All of these would make great blog posts or great series of blog posts. You can, recognizing why your dog training is important could be a series of 3 blog posts right there. So just by looking at this table of contents and breaking up some of these into multiple blog posts, you've got 24 topics, which could be broken up into probably 75 blog posts if you wanted to.
It's
so
funny.
Right there, you've got ideas for content.
Yeah, what's funny, Matt, that you say that is there's some top bloggers that they actually do that. They take all their blog posts, write them out on their blog, get all that traffic, get all the people coming into their list and everything, and then they just end up converting it into an actual physical book or an ebook.
Yeah, so there's people who have done the reverse of what I just said. They'll make a crap ton of blog posts and then make each blog post a new chapter in their book. Well, reverse engineer that, go do it the other way around, look at some books, get some ideas for blog posts. Works both ways. And
yes.
I mean, you can always, if you need inspiration, not even deeper on how to write those blog posts, buy the book and get some more information on it.
Okay, Matt, before we move forward, I got one question for you. Excuse me, and I think people can get confused by it. Can you explain the difference between, like a niche and like a sub niche, or maybe even further down to like a micro niche?
Yeah, so like the overall niche would be like dog training. Dog training would be the bigger niche, or maybe even that's not even the bigger niche. Maybe the niche would be pets, right? So maybe the overall bigger niche would be pets. The sub niche of pets would be dog training, and then the sub niche of dog training would be pit bull training.
Okay,
so would that be an accurate assumption or an accurate explanation for you?
Yeah, I definitely think so. And really it seems like what you're really going for is that micro niche, because, I mean, it depends on, what, like, if you're going to create a blog about, like pets, and you're trying to rank for like search engine terms about pets, it might be very competitive. Like, pets, I mean, how are you going to ever rank? You'd have to get like social traffic. However, or, like long tail keywords. I mean, we can get into that stuff later. But, you can find a lot of business, and you can find a lot of opportunity, in my opinion, and then yours may vary, it's 2 different people, but in the micro niches. Pit bull training for, dog training for pit bulls in Chicago. There's a lot of money in a micro niche. And if you just did dog training, and you're selling dog training, across the country versus concentrating in one area, I just feel that there's a lot more opportunity when you get so much ultra targeted on, the people that you're going after.
Right.
Would you agree, disagree? And
Yeah, no.
I'm curious because some people say, Matt, that go after the micro niche, but then you have like other sites that will be very generic, and like blogs that will talk new blogs that will talk about all different types of things: cat training, goldfish training, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, there's two schools of thought. I mean, the micro niche, you're going to get much more targeted. More of that traffic is probably going to be interested in what you're selling. You do the more broad niches, and you might cast a wider net, get a bigger audience, but it's not going to be as targeted to the specific product that you might be selling on the site. See, in my case, other than the Shutter website that kind of failed for me, I focused on a lot of broad niches. I had a blog that was a health blog. Literally, the topic of the blog was health. So I was able to talk about exercises. I was able to talk about eating habits. It allowed me to talk about whatever I wanted, and that helped me not be limited about the type of stuff I could blog about. I liked having that broader scope that I can discuss. That was just me, because one day I might be talking about the current diet I was on, and the next day it might be the exercise routine I was doing, and I didn't want to be pigeonholed into only talking about certain topics. I wanted to open it up and discuss broader topics within that niche. I also did a blog on personal finance, and that blog talked about investing and money hacks and how to save money and how to get the best rates on your credit cards and stuff like that. And they were both pretty broad topics. So learn-to-blog.com. Blogging in itself is a pretty broad topic. We have posts that we teach to mommy bloggers. We have posts where we're talking to network marketers. We have posts about traffic strategies for your blog. I mean, it's a pretty big topic. It's not real niche down. But then at the same time, you've got a lot of people that are being really, really, really successful in very, very micro niches because they're very targeted. They might only get 50 visitors a month, but 40 out of those 50 buy what they're selling.
So it kind of depends on what you're saying is your vision. Let's just take Learn to Blog, for example. Before Learn to Blog, the training was called the WordPress Classroom. And you and I, we had a conversation. We're like, WordPress, although that is a focused niche, there's much more involved in blogging, and we started talking about our vision on what we're looking to create, and it was so much bigger than WordPress. And so what you're saying is these people that want to get into a niche, like let's say somebody's trying to get into the dog training niche, they need to know what their vision is for dog training. Do you just want to run a blog about dog training and just talk about tactics and things like that? Or do you have a local business on dog training? So who is the big question, right? Who you're looking to attract and where are you trying to go with it? And that will help determine whether they want to focus on a micro niche or a more of like a sub niche, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. I think we hit that one.
Yeah, the final thing I want to dive into a little bit is checking for potential allies. Originally, this checklist said checking for potential allies / competition, but in my opinion, I don't think there's competition. When you're in the info marketing business, everybody works together. We all help each other out. We promote. That's the point of affiliate products. We try to help each other out. If you find other blogs that are in the same niche, chances are you can get them talking about you. You can be talking about them. We look at it as any sort of competition you see on Google as allies, not competition. So one of the first things we'll do is we'll search Google. So again, if I jump back to Google, I'll search for dog training. And then I'll start to look if there's any other blogs in dog training. You got Caesar's Way, that's Cesar Millan's site.
Yeah, actually, you know what's better, Matt? Can we actually? There's a friend of mine. Sit means sit. Can you type in? Oh, there you go. The blogs.
Yeah, I was just about to show him that you can actually click on the blogs tag up here, and it'll give you pretty much all the blogs on this topic.
Can you type in top dog training blogs in the search? Usually, like, if it's a big enough niche, you can find people that would, put like, list post of the top, whatever blogs, top gardening blogs, or top, you know, there you go. And you can find that already aggregated for you instead of scrolling through. And if like we just searched on dog training, you could see that there was no post like that. You can see that, some of the top dog training blogs in the industry that are ranking are right there on the homepage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then the other way is to actually search dog training, and then you can actually click on this button up here that says blogs, and it'll look for blogs in that niche. So yeah, you can do that stuff, and when you start to find blogs that are in your niche, make a list. Keep a spreadsheet in Google Docs like we talked about before, and start listing out blogs that can be potential allies for you that you can actually get in contact with later, and see if you can either write a guest post for them, maybe they'll link back to you if you link to them, whatever, stuff like that. You can actually use some of these guys as allies. Maybe they have a product for sale that you can promote as an affiliate. Maybe they'd be interested in doing a review of your product on their site, and they'd promote it as affiliate. So you want to start looking for allies this way. Obviously, dog training is a huge niche, so there's billions of results on this. Chances are, in whatever niche you're in, if it's a smaller niche, you'll have a little bit easier time finding some good blogs on it.
Matt, we actually have a spreadsheet that they can download and use. We're going to attach it below this video, that they can fill it out, and do their research and fill it out and save the URLs in there. But there's also other fields where, if you're searching these blogs and you're searching, the competition of them, Matt, if you can go back to the dog training tab, you actually, it would be beneficial to, look at the actual blogs. If you can go over to the web search, and you can go to different sites like Alexa and compete.com, and you can actually see, let's just take one of these for example. Can you go down to Sit Means Sit Dog Training Temecula? So you can actually do like an Alexa search on alexa.com and search on, what kind of traffic that these sites are getting. And you can go to compete.com, and also, alexa.com could also be better for like the demographics of the people that are actually coming to the site. And compete.com would be, a pretty accurate representation of the traffic that they're getting on a, it will kind of break it down on a monthly basis. So if you really want to dive in and dig into your competitors to see who's actually visiting their site, and also what kind of traffic that they're getting. And what I would also take a look at, if they're a blog, is how many comments and social engagements that they're getting on their actual blog. I actually happen to know this. Sit Means Sit. This is actually a kind of like a like a chapter, or like a local branch. But if you go to like the main blog, sitmeansit.com, you can see that they're probably getting a lot of more engagement on their blog posts. So they're probably getting a lot more comments, a lot more YouTube comments. You can see there they got 13,000 fans, and you can see that they're getting a lot of activity. So it's a great way to see if there's like Matt clicked on a blog earlier, and it just was like this blank page, and they might not be getting any traffic at all, and it might not do you any good to spend time associating with them. So in that spreadsheet, you can include the numbers, like how many traffic hits that they're getting a month, how many comments that they're getting on average on a blog post, what is their Alexa ranking, or what kind of demographics are visiting your site.
The idea is you're looking for allies, you're looking for other sites that you could try to collaborate with to help get traffic. You can help them get traffic. It's finding allies in the niche. These aren't competitors. You're finding allies. And then you're creating a spreadsheet so that you can refer to it later when you get to the point where you want to start contacting people to become affiliates. You've got that spreadsheet of these people that can help you out, and you can offer to help them out, and so on and so forth. So the next place we'll look for allies is let's check out Facebook. So Facebook, let's go ahead and type in dog training.
Well, there's one, Dog Training Ireland.
There you go. So Dog Training Ireland has 7,948 likes. So this is somebody that in the future you can potentially contact them when you've got your product ready, when you've got blog posts ready, let them know about them, and maybe they'll be willing to share your product, your blog post, whatever, on their page. A good idea would be to start coming to pages like this, like them, and start leaving comments, start getting interactive on these pages, because they'll remember you when you come and ask for help later. They'll remember seeing posts by you and that sort of thing.
So they can do that, and also, so you can also look at the groups. Matt was just typing into the Facebook search, so you can look at groups, which are people that are probably interested in dog training. Photos. You could search anything on Facebook with a new graph search. So Matt's doing example pages about dog training. And
so here we go.
Look at this. I mean, tons, more than 1,000 pages, and you can see the amount of likes on here. The Dog Father, Alpha, Dog Trick Academy. So many. Look, there's Caesar Milan. So many, training sites. Now, Matt, there's another cool trick. You can actually refine the search by on the left side. Matt, can you go back? You can refine the search on the right side there. By page type, liked by, about, so there's different things that you can do to really ultra target it down. We don't have to go through all that, but Matt, can you go to one of these?
Let me type in groups about dog training. There should be something there too.
Oh,
so
there
dog
you go.
training,
Wow.
advice and support, love of dogs, happy pack dog training. So these are groups. These are more interactive groups where you can post and people will respond, as opposed to a page where it's kind of more just one person. It's a more one-way communication. Groups are more back and forth communication where everybody in the group is kind of interacting. So similar to pages, but you could probably get more interactive on these and help people out, answer questions. When you do come up with blog posts, it might be a good place to mention your blog posts.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely dive into the aspect of how to share it and how to how to use these groups and pages. But it would probably be a great place for them to start by joining the groups and just getting acclimated with the groups and the pages and kind of interacting there. Matt, would you be able to go to a page? Maybe you could type in "sit means sit" again up at the top.
Up here?
Yeah, and I wanted to show you just one. I want to show you guys just one thing. I don't know if it's going to work, but can you scroll down a little bit? Nope, there you can see me. I like the page. Okay, there it is. So one thing that I absolutely love, this is like my favorite thing in the world when I'm doing like niche research on a product or an audience, is I like to go to places and pages and sites that have done the work for me. And what I mean by this is, if you look at the likes on his page, you can see all these. If you click see all, Matt, you can see all the pages that he likes. And so what you're going to know is they're all going to be related to dog training for the most part. All the things that they like in their business, the products they like, so everything in there is going to probably be relevant to you. So not only can you go to the pages, let the pages do the work for you. Go and see if they like other pages, and then you can click on those pages and see if they like any pages, and you can get a really, like what I like to do is I like to, click on all of them, open them all up in a bunch of tabs and open like 50 tabs at once, and then I'll like click through them and see which are the biggest, audiences on those pages, and I'll like those pages, and I'll copy the URL and drop them all in a spreadsheet. So I have a giant list of like 100 Facebook pages that are all relevant to me, and I can go back there and click them at any time.
Here's one cool little trick. If you're on a Mac, I think if you're on a PC, I think it's Control. If you're on a Mac, Command. If you hold Command when you click it, it'll open it up in a new tab. See how it opened up here? So if you want to open them all, you just hold down the Command button and just click on each one, and you can see them all opening up at the top there.
Boom, 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 all opening up.
So if you don't know anything about shortcodes and or not shortcodes, shortcut keys, that's a real cool shortcut key where you just hold down Command or Control, and click on the link, and you'll see it opened up every single one of those up in a new tab now.
And now you
So
can
we can
see,
go
look at all
through
these
like all of them.
likes. You saw some there that has 3 million likes there. I
Yeah.
mean, just some different communities for you to get involved in. And then you go to those pages and then you can look at their likes and so forth and so on. And this
Yeah.
strategy we'll get to how you can use this, but right now what you're just doing is you're doing your market research. You're seeing your allies, you're getting acclimated with the community, your industry, and you're seeing what's working, you're seeing what's not working. So you want to mentally and physically take notes, make notes of all these people, put them in your Google spreadsheet, so that you have it for later. And one other thing, Matt, do you want to tell them about how you can use this same strategy on blogs?
Yeah, this is something that you brought up yesterday, was rating blog rolls, which is kind of the same concept. Go to blogs and look at the links that they link out to. Do you know of a good blog we can demonstrate on?
We'd be shooting in the dark, but we could try sitmeansit.com and see if we can find something there. Just go with the theme. Um, you could search different blogs, and typically blogs, I don't want to say typically, I don't know what kind of percentage this is, but they'll have like a blog roll. And what a blog roll is, links to other sites that they like. And what you can do
right
is
here.
we call it go raid blog rolls. As Matt's got a list of links right here to other blog sites, people link to their friends. And so what I like to do is I like to go to these sites just like the Facebook pages, go through the blog rolls, click all those, see which ones are relevant to me, and then throw those bad boys into my spreadsheet, and just constantly be collecting all this data of my industry. And when when you have your finger on the pulse of your industry, you have a lot of power. You know what's going on. You know what topics are hot, and what's being sold, and you're getting inspiration from what the leaders are doing in your niche.
Yeah, absolutely. And all this, what we like to do, like we mentioned, is we like to keep spreadsheets of just everything we can find. We'll put in our spreadsheet links to all the blogs we find, all the Facebook fan pages, all the Facebook groups. We'll keep them all in a spreadsheet so that later on we can come back to them, and we've got our list of potential allies that we can get in contact with when we've got a new blog post or a new product that we want to put out. Another place is LinkedIn. You could kind of do the same thing with LinkedIn as you do with the Facebook groups. I'll just show real quick the LinkedIn stuff. So you can just search dog training. Actually, I think it'd be under groups here. So so you got the groups directory here, and then we could search dog training, dog behavior. This one has 2,157 members. Dog training professional, 717 members. Dog's best friend, 3,886 members. So these are groups that you can kind of do the same thing with that you did with the Facebook pages and Facebook groups. You can join these groups on LinkedIn, get involved in the community, save them in your spreadsheet. When you're a member of these groups, when you do come out with a blog post, you could post the blog post to these groups. I mean, everybody does that. Everybody mentions their latest blog post to the groups that they're involved with on in LinkedIn. So it's another great place to find some groups that you can work with. Raid blog rolls, and then look at what the fan page is like. So that's pretty much covered it all. That's how we pick a niche. Again, the most important aspect of it: find something you're passionate about. Find something that you can think you can do long term and that you're excited about. Either something you're good at or an expert in, or something that you want to learn more about. I wouldn't recommend going into something like how to teach marketing when you've never done it. I mean, certain niches, you got to use some discretion there. Don't go into niches you know nothing about and try to pretend you're an expert or something like that. You can go into a niche like that with a blog and say, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm looking to learn, and let everybody know right up front that that's what you're doing. I see no problem with that, but the most important part is have something you're passionate about and excited about. If you've got the passion and you're excited and you can see yourself doing it long term, you're off to a very good start.
Yeah, micro niche it down. Like you're saying, Matt, if Tony Robbins is, going after personal development or, such a broad term, you get rich in a niche, and the more you can micro niche it out, like personal development for stay-at-home moms, or like really get more targeted, more opportunity that you're going to have for people searching for those things. So we're actually going to get into that in the next video, and actually how to do your keyword research. So why don't we save the rest of it for our next video?